Let me ask you a very personal question, gentlemen. Do you still feel like a male when you get up in the morning? Do you still possess the spark, drive, confidence, and enthusiasm you previously possessed? Or have your mornings become quiet, your desire evaporating, your strength diminishing? I encounter men every day who murmur, "Doctor, I just don't feel like myself anymore." Here's the surprise, though. A pill or supplement isn't the true answer. It is on your breakfast table, right there. A simple morning snack that can bring your vigor rushing back, even after 60. I'm Dr. Moheit Cara, a urologist who has helped men regain their power organically for more than 30 years. I've researched male health for decades: testosterone, blood flow, and what keeps a guy alive in both body and spirit. And I've discovered one fact after all these years. Manhood is not destroyed by age. The incorrect behaviors do. Most men believe that as they become older, their authority diminishes. But this is untrue. In actuality, your body is starved for a single nutrient that is essential for your hormones, nerves, and arteries. And once you give it back, your system wakes up like it's 20 again. Here's what I've promised you. I'll demonstrate how a single breakfast item may boost your energy, confidence, and stamina in a manner that no medication could. Safely, scientifically, and entirely naturally. Stay tuned because I'll tell you exactly what this food is, when to consume it, and why it's so revolutionary for guys over 60. If you haven't already, please click the bell symbol and subscribe before we start. Thus, you won't ever miss another film that aims to keep guys over 60 strong, healthy, and self-assured. Additionally, put 1 in the comments if this message is helpful to you. If not, type 0. And let me know how I can help you learn these health lessons even more effectively. Gentlemen, let's now discuss the real reason why, at the age of 60, your vitality begins to wane. It's not just age or hormones. It is the daily activity that takes place within your blood vessels. When circulation weakens, energy drops, confidence slips, and everything that previously felt natural starts to go. Let me tell you why. 1. Why men lose vitality after 60. Gentlemen, I have listened to men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond make the same silent admission for over 30 years. I simply don't feel like myself anymore, doctor. It's not something they shout. It frequently follows a pause, a sigh, and maybe a trace of shame. But their eyes always show it to me. They're not talking about aging. They are discussing the loss of the spark that gave them life. Every single time I tell them this: you have not been let down by your body. Because your blood vessels are aging more quickly than you are, it is just slowing down. Think of your blood flow as a river that previously ran strong and clear. The river becomes narrower as a result of the accumulation of sediment, cholesterol, pollutants, and inflammation over time. The outcome? Once receiving a lot of oxygen and nourishment, the organs now only receive a trickle. That also applies to your most intimate organ, the one that used to react right away to your desires. Initially, this drop in circulation is hardly noticeable. Perhaps you begin to wake up exhausted. Perhaps your thoughts are cloudy. Perhaps you don't feel as confident going into the bedroom as you once did. In your heart, it annoys you, but you put it down to aging. That effortless strength is something you miss. The sensation of being prepared for work, life, and love. In actuality, this goes beyond libido and testosterone. It has to do with energy. Every system in your body suffers when your blood flow is restricted. Your heart has to work harder, your muscles get tired more quickly, and your brain becomes less sharp. You start to lose touch with the man you once were. What if I told you, however, that your body is still capable of memory? Your vitality is yearning to flow anew deep within those blood vessels. All it needs is the appropriate signal, the proper diet, the ideal start to the day. Because here's the thing. I have witnessed men in their 70s fully reversing this downward trend. They didn't require costly medications or surgery. They required one simple alteration in their breakfast routine, something that caused the river to open once more. And I'll show you exactly what that is in a moment, and why it might reverse your energy more quickly than you might think. 2. The science of morning energy. Your body does a silent miracle every morning between 6 and 8 a.m. Your hormones fluctuate like the tides of the ocean when you sleep. Additionally, testosterone reaches its peak of the day by sunrise. It's nature's way of giving you a head start. Strength, vitality, and self-assurance, it's all a part of your biology. The majority of men are unaware of this, though. That strength can be fueled or shut off before the day even starts, depending on what you consume as soon as you wake up. Many of my elderly patients tell me that they reach for a sweet pastry, grab a cup of coffee, or perhaps skip breakfast entirely when I question them about their daily routines. They believe they're cutting calories or saving time. In reality, though, they are depriving their bodies of the energy it needs to sustain blood flow and testosterone. An engine is analogous to the body. It needs high-quality nourishment, especially in the morning when hormones are most responsive. If you give it processed food or sugar, you set off insulin spikes that deplete your energy, block your blood vessels, and inhibit the synthesis of testosterone. Everything your body naturally wants to do may be amplified if you give it the proper nourishment. Perform, strengthen, and heal. I remember a guy named Frank, 68, who came to me weary every morning despite sleeping well. His mornings were difficult, but his blood work appeared to be in order. His energy shifted in a matter of days after we made a single, easy alteration to his breakfast. "I didn't know I could feel this alive again, Doc," he said. That's the power of aligning your natural cycle with your nutrition, because your character for the remainder of the day, whether powerful or sluggish, energetic or exhausted, is determined by what transpires during those initial few hours of awakening. And the secret, gents, is in one humble food that most of you already have in your kitchen. Let me teach you exactly what it is and how to use it to unlock that morning power. 3. Every man over 60 should eat this secret meal. This is the part that practically every patient that sits across from me finds surprising, gentlemen. After years of pricey supplements, unsuccessful treatments, and infinite frustration, the secret to lifelong vitality turns out to be one of the simplest and most accessible items on earth, the humble egg. Your skepticism is already audible to me. An egg, doctor? How could something so commonplace restore vitality, endurance, and self-assurance? In actuality, though, nature concealed incredible strength within this little shell. Additionally, your body reacts practically immediately when you eat it at the appropriate time and in the proper manner. Inside each egg is a perfect blend of nutrients designed for strength and restoration. L-arginine, an amino acid, acts like nature's key. It improves circulation, widens blood vessels, and allows oxygen to freely reach all areas of your body, including the one that makes you a man. Like twin engines, zinc and vitamin D restore testosterone production, which powers your desire, muscle tone, and self-esteem. Then there is vitamin B12, selenium, and choline, which together strengthen nerves, improve mental clarity, and dispel the fog that frequently accompanies aging. They work in unison to restore balance and vitality, with each nutrient supporting the others in a symphony of rebirth. Harold, a 71-year-old patient of mine, comes to mind. He came to me tired, quiet, and frustrated. We began simply. Every morning, 30 minutes after waking up, have 2 soft-boiled eggs. His voice had changed by the second week. It had a tone I had never heard before, and there was energy in it once more. "Doc," he continued, smiling, "my mornings are different now. I didn't notice till my wife did. I realized then that he wasn't merely consuming breakfast. He was remaking himself from the inside out. Eggs are more than simply food, you see. They're medication masquerading as food. They mend blood vessels, increase hormones, and recharge the intellect. Additionally, your body recognizes them immediately, unlike pills or powders. It knows exactly what to do with genuine nourishment. Let me show you something even more significant, though, before you dash to the kitchen. How to eat them precisely so that every ounce of that power is absorbed by your body. Because the difference between ordinary results and spectacular transformation is entirely dependent on timing and preparedness. Next, let's discuss it. 4. Real stories, real results. Over the years, I've learned that science can explain the how, but it's individuals that show us the why. I've seen hundreds of men restore their confidence and sense of pride in addition to their physical strength. all from a single, easy alteration to their daily schedule. Since their travels may sound a lot like yours, allow me to share a few of them with you. One morning, James, a 67-year-old former Ohio firefighter, sat in my office looking dejected. He said, "Doctor, I still love my wife, but my body doesn't seem to remember how to show it." The results of his blood tests were okay. Everything is normal: heart, cholesterol. Circulation, the living force that propels a man's vitality, was absent. I begged him to put his trust in me and begin consuming 2 soft-boiled eggs with a glass of warm water every morning, half an hour after waking up. 2 weeks later, my phone rang. It was James. He remarked, "Doc, something's changed. I'm energized when I wake up." Before I even spoke, my wife noticed. Next came Robert, a kind man from Texas who was 72 years old and had trouble sleeping, waking up 3 or 4 times to go to the bathroom. According to his wife, he appeared silent, aloof, and older than his years. His mood improved, his prostate symptoms subsided, and his sleep improved a month after he began the same morning egg regimen. "Doctor, I feel lighter, younger," he stated as he smiled as he entered my clinic. "I even walk differently," according to my wife. And I'll never forget Harold, 71, who had lost hope totally. This was not about sex for him. It has to do with honor. He desired to regain his strength. 3 weeks later, he called me and said, "Doctor, I feel like myself again," with a giggle in his voice. Every doctor looks forward to that moment, not when lab results go better, but when a guy looks in the mirror and his eyes come back to life. Stories like these remind me that the body never forgets how to recover. All it needs is the appropriate trigger. Even if these outcomes seem strong, they only occur when one thing is done right. Make sure to properly prepare and schedule your meal so that your body can absorb all of the strength that is waiting inside that modest egg. Let me walk you through the process, step by step. 5. How to properly consume it. This is where it all begins to fit together, gentlemen. The consistency, the timing, and the preparation. I have witnessed men do everything correctly, yet still fail to get the results they are entitled to, because they are unaware of how their bodies function in the morning. The timing and manner of eating the egg are just as important as the egg itself. You may unleash the full potential of this innate force by feeding your body at the correct time. Your body has its own rhythm. I have worked with guys in their 60s, 70s, and beyond for decades, and here is what I've learned. The sunrise is followed by your hormones. Naturally, testosterone levels peak between 6 and 7 in the morning. That's when your body is most ready to absorb nutrients, regenerate cells, and increase blood flow. This window is ideal for providing it with what it desires. Within 30 minutes of waking up, consume your eggs. No later. The body is most receptive at that time. I always urge my patients to start with 1 egg a day for the first week, especially if they're new to this routine or worry about cholesterol. After 7 days, switch to 2 eggs every day. It is excellent when soft-boiled or gently scrambled with a small amount of olive oil. Let the natural flavor do its thing. You don't need butter or salt. To encourage circulation, drink a glass of warm water with it. Above everything, maintain consistency. Discipline for 2 weeks will boost your vitality more than a year of mediocre work. David, a 69-year-old patient of mine, once chuckled and remarked, "Doctor, I never imagined something so basic could work." Despite his initial skepticism, he complied with all instructions, and by the 2nd week, his mornings were revitalized. The fog dissipated. He was full of enthusiasm again. He said, "You were right at that point. The timing is everything." The body rewards accuracy, you see. It reacts like an old friend, ready to make you feel young again when you take good care of it. However, knowing how to eat is just half the battle. Why something has such a strong effect is the true question. What takes place in your body that causes this straightforward meal to change the course of your day? Together, let's open the door. I have almost 30 years of experience treating guys, and I can assure you that I no longer find anything surprising. The fact that something as tiny and commonplace as an egg can cause such a remarkable alteration within the male anatomy, however, continues to astound me. The way your body reacts to actual nutrition holds the key. It doesn't simply say thank you when you give it what it has been hankering after for years. It changes you. It's as if your system has been waiting for just one signal to wake up and start working as it used to. When you start doing this every morning, this is what happens. Eggs contain an amino acid called L-arginine, which is found in your blood. It transforms into nitric oxide, a naturally occurring substance that widens and relaxes blood arteries. Imagine your circulation as a system of roads. Lanes have constricted, traffic has slowed, and everything goes slowly over the years. The building team that smooths the lanes, clears the highways, and restores the free flow of blood is L-arginine. When that happens, every organ, including your heart and your most intimate one, receives a fresh, powerful flow of oxygen and nutrients. Not because of chemicals, but because your body is at last functioning as it should, you begin to feel alive once more. Next are zinc and vitamin D, which are the actual factors that influence testosterone levels. Together, these two tell your body to increase the synthesis of natural hormones. Everything else becomes better when testosterone levels rise. Your attention improves, your bones become stronger, your muscles get stronger, and, yes, your performance and desire return with a bang. Choline and vitamin B12, on the other hand, work like electricians to fix your nerves and restore sensitivity you thought had vanished forever. All of a sudden, you're not just more active, you're also more connected, aware, and present. I recall a 73-year-old patient called Edward telling me, "Doctor, I had no idea my body could still react this way." That's what makes it so beautiful. It's not magic. It's biology functioning precisely as nature intended. All you need to do is unlock it. And yet, eating alone isn't enough. When the body is supported by the proper daily habits, the kind that enhance the effectiveness of these nutrients, it thrives. Since those behaviors have the power to transform your results from good to genuinely transformative, let's discuss them next. 7. Let me share with you, gentlemen, something I've discovered after decades of practice. Beyond the food, the lifestyle that keeps you strong. A healthy lifestyle keeps you young, but food may heal. Even if you eat the ideal breakfast every day, the benefits will wear off if you disregard your body, mind, and soul. Vitality is a collaboration between your daily lifestyle and the things you put into your body. I've seen men in their 70s exceed men half their age, not because they had better genes, but because they saw every day as a chance to rebuild, not retire. I frequently reflect on my patients who transform their lives by doing something consistent rather than something spectacular when I arrive at my clinic early in the morning. Every morning, they went for a walk. They provided movement, fresh air, and sunlight to their bodies. Walking for just 30 minutes each day helps your heart stay strong, opens your arteries, and ensures that the nutrients from your meal go to the right places. It is easy to use, cost-free, and far more effective than any supplement you will ever purchase. Sleep comes next. The importance of sleep for testosterone and repair is often underestimated by males. 7 hours a night isn't laziness, it's healing. Your brain clears the fog, your blood vessels relax, and your hormones readjust as you sleep. You deprive yourself of the advancement your body is attempting to achieve if you miss that sleep. Additionally, remember emotional well-being. As they get older, many men lose touch with their relationships because they believe that keeping quiet is a sign of power. However, the truth is that warmth, laughing, and discussion are also forms of medicine. The heart and mind are profoundly tied to physical energy. Just by opening out, I've witnessed men reclaim their motivation to connect, to touch, to speak. Your body generates energy when you give it away. Thus, consider it this way. The foundation is built by your morning eggs. However, the roof and walls that shield it are your habits. The foundation cannot exist without them. When you combine the two, you have a long-lasting home. What most delights me, though, is this. Change doesn't happen gradually when you stick to this easy routine. You can truly sense it as it occurs week after week. Allow me to demonstrate for you what that change looks like when you maintain consistency. 8. Week by week. As I walk my patients through this basic morning ritual, I always remind them that their bodies don't change overnight. It will first mutter, then talk, and then roar. You'll experience the change gradually, just like when you watch the sun rising. Every week, something new awakens inside you. I've witnessed it innumerable times, and every tale continues to motivate me. Most guys start to notice a slight change in the first week. It's there, but it's not spectacular yet. You have a bit more energy when you wake up. Your mind feels clearer, and the slow weight you've been carrying for years begins to lighten. Your body is starting to remember what it feels like to function well again, even if you aren't aware of it at first. Your hormones are beginning to react, your blood is flowing, and your vessels are opening. That is the body's silent way of saying thank you for providing it with what it has been lacking. By the second week, there is no denying the difference. You'll notice that your mood is more stable and your mornings feel lighter. Many men who haven't woken up in decades tell me they begin to wake up naturally before the alarm clock. That is the reactivation of your system. At last, your brain, heart, and nerves are communicating with each other once more. Some even observe that a certain morning vitality that they believed had vanished permanently has returned. The energy level stabilizes in the third week. You're not pushing yourself to survive the day anymore. You're moving with ease. Your posture changes. Your confidence grows. And your partner starts to notice. At this point, you feel proud of what you've reclaimed. The spark comes back, and the fog that had depressed you starts to clear. Change is no longer the focus by the fourth week. It's about rediscovery. Men tell me they feel powerful and smooth, like a well-tuned engine. They laugh more, sleep better, and exude a quiet strength that permeates everything they do. Life seems to have regained its color. But here's the part that most men don't expect. And this change doesn't end here. Something more profound starts to change as soon as your body awakens. Your feelings, your thoughts, and even your sense of direction. And that's where real energy starts, gentlemen. Next, let's discuss it. 9. The deeper meaning of vitality. Vitality is more than just how strong your muscles feel or what occurs in the bedroom. I see vitality as something far more profound. You awaken with purpose because of the silent flames, the self-assurance that endures long after the day is over. Almost all of the guys I've treated, numbering in the thousands, came to me seeking something beyond physical strength. What they truly wanted was to feel alive again, to have a sense of belonging to life, their partners, and themselves. Charles, a 75-year-old patient of mine, once told me, "Doctor, I just want to feel useful again." He wasn't requesting youth, he was seeking purpose. That's the crux of the matter. Restoring performance isn't the only aspect of true vitality. Identity restoration is the goal. A man's spirit changes as he begins to take care of his body. His stride is taller, he talks more confidently, his curiosity for life returns. That spark you believed was gone with time. It never really went away. It just waited for you to give it food. I explain this to every man seated across from me. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It's requesting your focus. Your body still wants to fight for you, and every heartbeat, breath, an ounce of energy you feel is evidence of that. And you start to realize that vitality isn't determined by age when you give it what it needs. Real food, real movement, and real rest. It is determined by the amount of life you are prepared to restore to your days. I've witnessed men in their 70s resume their volunteer work, travel, and even romantic relationships. That is health's power. It restores your autonomy to live your life as you see fit. Your soul is nourished when your body is nourished, and you feel more than just younger when both are in harmony. You gain invincibility. However, how do you start this change tomorrow morning? In a straightforward, doable manner that any man, regardless of age or health, can accomplish. That's precisely what I'll tell you about next. The little morning routine that has the power to transform everything. 10. How to start tomorrow morning. Gentlemen, this is where all of our discussions come to life. Big promises don't start change. Little thoughtful decisions made every morning are the first step, and the first morning of the rest of your life may arrive tomorrow. I would like you to begin simply. No glitzy supplements, no intricate plans. 2 fresh eggs, your kitchen, and you. That's all. Get a dozen eggs at the store tonight. If at all possible, free range. However, regular eggs will work perfectly. Don't run for the coffee pot when you wake up tomorrow. Breathe for a moment. Give those 2 eggs a 5-minute boil. Just enough to give the yolk a soft, vibrant texture. Sit down, pour yourself a glass of warm water, and take your time eating. This goes beyond breakfast. It is a declaration to your body that you are once again in charge. I want you to consider the meaning of these eggs as you eat. They are more than just food. They are a rebirth. Your heart, brain, and blood vessels all benefit from every bite. You've put in decades of hard work, taken on burdens, and helped others. It's time to return something to yourself now. I've seen men who adopted this easy habit experience transformations they never would have imagined. Within weeks, they move with confidence that had long been lacking, laugh more readily, and wake up with more energy. "I started this just to feel stronger, Doc," one man told me, "but now I feel alive again." That's the point of this, making your days more vibrant, one morning at a time. You don't have to make all the changes at once. Simply begin with this one morning routine, without fail. Because consistency is more powerful than perfection, have faith in the process. Your body will remember how to function, recover, and feel young again with every day that goes by. You'll discover that this journey is about more than just improving your diet once you start. The goal is to live a better life, because something amazing starts to happen deep within of you the longer you do it. Yes, your body changes, but so do your emotions, your perspective, and your relationship with life. And that brings us to the most crucial lesson of all, my friends. 11. From the bottom of my heart to yours. Gentlemen, I've learned that the path to vitality isn't about perfection. After spending over 30 years sitting across from men who have grieved, laughed, and shared their darkest concerns, it's a matter of bravery, the guts to admit that you're not done yet after taking an honest look at yourself. I have witnessed men who had given up and believed their greatest days were over return stronger than before. And each time I witness it, it serves as a reminder of why I do what I do. Because it takes more than just medicine to help a guy regain his strength. His spirit has to be restored. I want you to be aware of something crucial. You're not damaged. You're still in your prime. The only thing you need is a reminder of what your body already understands. The memory of vitality, strength, and desire remains in every cell within you. It reacts almost instantly when you provide it with the proper attention, food, movement, rest, and affection. The number of candles on your birthday cake is irrelevant. The fire that remains within you is what counts. I've witnessed men who had lost hope in themselves regain that fire. And you still have it, I assure you. I once had a 74-year-old patient named Henry tell me, "Doctor, I thought I was too old to change. Now, though, each morning feels like a present. And I want you to have that." Should wake up each day with the impression that time is working with you, rather than slipping away. Chasing youth is not the purpose of this quest. The goal is to celebrate life with clarity and strength. Therefore, remember that you are holding more than just breakfast when you stand in your kitchen tomorrow morning, clutching those 2 eggs. You have a choose to live a purposeful life once more. Yes, it is a simple routine, but the influence it has can change how you live the rest of your life. Even though that idea is quite potent, I still have one last lesson to impart to you. A reality about growing older, being a man, and the health legacy that every guy should leave. Stay with me because this final section might alter your perspective on life going forward. 12. The last word. This is your second chance at living. If you've read this far, gentlemen, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and give it some thought. We have discussed more than simply diet, hormones, and physical activity. The goal is to take back your life. I've been treating males from many walks of life for more than 30 years. Grandfathers, factory workers, educators, and soldiers. And despite the disparities in their tales, they all had one thing in common. They desired to experience life once more. To awaken as a man who is still capable of power, love, and purpose, rather than as a shadow of his former self. I firmly believe in what we've discussed today because of this. When consumed consistently and with intention, A single egg in the morning can spark changes that no medication could. It rekindles the inner fire, regulates hormones, improves nerve sensitivity, and restores circulation. More significantly, though, it provides you with something even better: the conviction that your finest moments are still to come. I see evidence that aging is not the end every time I watch one of my patients recover his spark. It's a change, an opportunity to live more fully, intelligently, and differently. We all develop when we share, so please, share what you learned today and what change you're ready to make in the comments box below. Let's support each other. If you found this movie useful, or if it even slightly opened your eyes, please click the like button. To be sure you don't miss any information that could change your health, click subscribe. Before you go, ring the bell. If this video was helpful, please enter 1. If not, enter 0. You might not be aware of the significance of your comment. So keep that in mind when you sit down with a glass of warm water and those 2 soft-boiled eggs tomorrow morning. You're making an investment in your current self. Your heart longs to be the man your body recalls. You make a commitment to yourself that you're not finished because you're not with every bite, breath, and subsequent walk. If you're willing to give a bit back, life still has a lot to offer you. Your body and spirit are strong and robust. I've witnessed guys in their 70s enter my office with a dejected expression and leave a few months later with a renewed sense of hope. You too can have that brightness. Something minor is the first step, a routine. A decision, a moment of conviction. Everything changes after that. As your physician and a man who has witnessed what is possible, here is my counsel. Avoid waiting for the ideal moment. Begin early tomorrow. Start the second half of your life with that straightforward breakfast. More vibrant, more joyful, stronger than ever. Because you deserve nothing less, dear friends.